Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what would change? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there and the old school, not old fools.
Yes, sir. We back. What's going on, man? What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate Jay, and
it's gonna be a cold summer.
It's gonna be a cold summer podcast. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, man. I want to make sure that I'm live and y'all are there. So if you can hear me, I want y'all to just drop a 1 in the chat real quick. Let me pull this up. We got a good show today, man. We got a good show. All right, looks like we live. I can hear myself there. We got a really good show today. I got some topics going on. I got the name of the show today. Let's get to my main screen. It's Bricks and Houses. Now, why do I come up with these titles for the live streams? It's just because it's just to kind of keep me organized and try to create a theme so that we stay on track. But I'm always willing to take it off track. Oh, let me get this lady up out the way. Let me get that out the way. No, get that down. So I'm trying to just get this one going. So yeah, Bricks and Houses is the name of it. So there's a lady that got hit with a brick. I guess she must have been out at a club somewhere. She gets hit with the brick after denying a guy a phone number, but then I guess she blamed the men that were there. So we got to take a look at it, right? I've only seen a little bit of this video, and I wanted to save it for the live stream. So I want to see it in its entirety about that video of this woman getting hit with the brick. Then we're going to talk about Maui. This is why I call it the houses part. We got to drop some real estate stuff on here. That's the name, Real Estate J. My thoughts on Maui for sale. Who else we got? Oh, we got something about wedding rings, right? So how much should a guy be spending on a wedding ring? And TikTok had quite a interesting take on this. So I wanted to break that down and also give my spin on it. Hopefully I'm not too loud here, so I'm gonna turn that down. And then I think the last topic we got, what we got here? We got the shoplifting. So there's a girl named Takaya Young. She was in Ohio and actually died, but it was from a cop, and she was shoplifting. But we want to talk about it and break it down and actually see if there was something wrong here. I actually want to give my perspective on it. I think there's a lesson to learn from here. So let me go ahead and drink my H2O here. Looks like we got some people here. So if you have joined the live stream, today's show is Bricks and Houses. Say what's up in the chat. Today's just water, man. No coffee there. Yeah, and then whoever comments first or, is the most active becomes the sponsor of the show until we start getting them super chats in. Let's talk about this first one right here. I don't know the lady's name. I know nothing about it. I just know that she got hit with a brick, and man, her face is messed up. So let's get to it. Make sure y'all can hear the audio from my screen share. And I'm going to restart this. And again, we're going to react to this in live time. I haven't seen the whole thing. So come on now. All right.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch.
It's kind of choppy.
And they don't give a yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my face. Because I
Dang, her face is messed up.
And all y'all just watch. Y'all see that?
Oh my goodness, man. her face is messed up. Let me bring up the thumbnail I'm supposed to bring up for her. Bro, her face is messed up, dude. So yeah, so the guy, so it says woman gets hospitalized after being hit in the face with a brick by a man who refused to give her number. The incident occurred in Houston, Texas. Oh boy. Houston, Texas. What? I wouldn't want to go there. She says she was surrounded by a man who did she was surrounded by men who did absolutely nothing. She says the man got in a car and left the scene after assaulting her and is afraid he will never get caught. Oh, wow. So she wanted somebody to step up for her. So this video is a little bit choppy here on Safari, but y'all got to bear with me.
What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face.
Man, hit you like that. So yeah, it's kind of choppy, but she said, I guess, why would you allow a man to hit me like this? So I guess she was wanting some other men to step in and save her. Listen, I'm not stepping in. If a man just threw a brick at you, now listen, this man is obviously bonkers. Like he is nuts. All right. So and if he did that after saying you telling him no to your phone number, there's no way that I'm about to step in and try to, stop this man from hitting you with a brick, because he might have a gun on him or something like that. So I guess the issue that I have here is that she wants somebody to come and save her. I guess, the woman, I guess somebody should have said something, right? But my man might have been crazy enough to do anything to anybody. But wait a minute, women said they don't need men though. They don't need men. They could do things by themselves, right? Okay, maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I should just stick to what's being said here. But this is why you do need a man. Unfortunately, this is messed up, bro. Her face is super lumped up, man. Like, let's look at this again. Godly. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being hit with a brick? And see, I got a few more questions here. See, I don't want to take this at base level. First of all, where were they at? Right? Because I don't know if this was like a club. They don't look like it. It looked like a house or something. There's some men that are around. How did he get access to a brick? You know what I'm saying? Was it just sitting on the lawn somewhere? There's a lot of questions that I have on like how this even started. Let me see.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life?
Oh my God, do you see her face? What? See, I want to know, like, was it previous history with y'all or something? Because I don't just see somebody just hitting somebody with a brick or just an object. I mean, dudes get rejected every day, B. You know what I'm saying? Pull your skirt up, B. Dudes get rejected every day. If you don't know what that's from Paid in Full. But I don't see a dude getting that mad just because she said no. Like, there had to be something else said, or maybe there was some type of history there. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on that. Let's see the rest of it. My goodness.
Deserve this. I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what are you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they're all just watching, and they let that get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
Bro, she looked like Martin, bro. Like when Martin went up against Tommy Hearns, she looked like the written. Okay, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I guess I might be a little too old for y'all. Y'all remember Martin fights Tommy Hearns? Y'all remember how he looked? Look. Y'all don't remember how he looked? That's how she looked, bro. That's how she looked after getting hit in the face with a brick, bro. Oh my God. Ooh, wee. All right, let's see. Is there anything else with this?
Like, don't understand. Like, I'm just trying to take my friend out from 5 years ago. Like, literally spending my whole money, not bothering nobody. Like, what the fuck kind of is this? I'm in the parking lot just trying to buy some food. And, like, I'm literally like, why is this busting up on me like this? And I'm looking at all these. They literally let this.
Did she say,
all of-
why is this dude bossing up on me like this? So, and I hate that the audio is so choppy. If I play it on Google Chrome, it won't even play at all.
They let like really like do all of that. I never thought it was gonna happen, yo. Like, it's so whack. And he's gonna get away with it. He got in a car. He got away. He never gonna get caught.
saying the same
He's gonna
thing.
move on. He's probably at an after party right now having a good time. Do you feel good about yourself doing this to a woman?
So they probably were at a club.
For what? Like, all this violence against black women is not okay. Like, what do I do to deserve this? Like, what is my defense against this?
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Still, it's been 12 hours. I'm in the hospital. I'm getting discharged. I do have a concussion, so I gotta take it slow for the week.
Dang, her eye is blacked up, bro. Ooh, wee. So it sounds like maybe they were at some type of party or something. She mentioned something about an after party he's probably at or whatever. So I don't know, man. I mean, could have been some liquor got involved or whatever, but that's messed up. I mean, I've heard of dudes like cussing girls out after they tell them no to their phone number. I've never heard of a dude actually getting physical. That is quite strange. That is quite strange. So that's nuts, man. So y'all women, y'all be careful out here. Where y'all going? Something tells me though that I don't know, man. I can't see that man being that. I seen a man getting that aggressive unless he just off. I'm thinking maybe they were at some type of club. Maybe they knew. No, they probably didn't know each other because he would have asked her for a number. He probably would have knew her. I don't know, man. Y'all be careful out here on these streets though, because stuff like this is going on, man. I'm good. Let's finish this off and go to the next topic.
Unfortunately, I don't have the kind of job that's gonna give me that kind of grace. So, I still got a mother. I still gotta teach. I still gotta work.
Oh, she's a teacher? Oh my God, she a teacher, bro. She said, I still gotta teach. Oh boy.
I really just want the best for everybody, and I don't know why people want to kill me. I can't even chew food for the next week.
Jeez.
I had a vacation that I planned 6 months ago for my birthday. I'm so afraid. Like, why do people want to hurt me so bad?
Why do people want to hurt you so bad? What you mean?
I really love my community, and just to know that, like, people hate me to this level, to this kind of level of violence.
Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't really know what's going on here. She says she's a teacher. She said a guy just hits her in the face after saying no to her phone number. That just seems really, really weird to me, man. But like I said, y'all gotta be careful out here on these streets. If y'all, I guess, out here and going to clubs and stuff, was she by herself? You know what I mean? Like, were you by yourself or something? Sound like there was nobody there. But she wanted the men to save her. But the men probably knew about this guy. He probably knew he was a little off. So I hope she gets better, man. That is really messed up. So let's go. I guess it's right here. So I guess we're gonna go to this story next. We're gonna go ahead and go to this shoplifting story here. So there's an Ohio. She's from Ohio. It's in Blendon Township, which I don't really know where Blendon Township is. Oh, I think they said somewhere by Columbus. She was accused allegedly of shoplifting. The cops get the call, and unfortunately, this young lady lost her life. I can show this video because they don't actually show her getting shot, but I think there's something to learn here from this video. So let's just get straight into it. So this is the Ohio woman who got killed, and we got to put things in perspective. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do it. I got to put things in perspective here. Let's go.
Now at 5, the family of Takaya Young calling for urgency and honesty. The young mother was killed in a shooting involving Blendon Township Police just 5 days ago. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. The Blendon Township Police Department says it plans to release body cam footage on Friday, but the family says they want to see it now.
10 TV's Kiana Dicers joins us live tonight with more on their requests.
Maybe I'll speed it up a little bit.
Well, Andrew, Yolanda, we're now learning a little bit more about who Takaya Young was. Her family calls her the life of the party. She has 2 young sons, and we now know that she was pregnant with a little baby girl. But her family now is demanding transparency and accountability, saying that an alleged crime shouldn't be a death sentence.
So now August is going to be a grieving month, for a while, because she shouldn't be gone.
In tears, Takaya Young's grandmother recalls the day she was shot and killed.
It just was tragic, and it should have never, ever, ever happened.
It happened last Thursday. A Blendon Township police officer shot and killed Young in a Kroger parking lot after she was accused of stealing alcohol. Nearly a week later, her
Alcohol? What you doing stealing alcohol? And they just said you got 2 kids and you got 1, you pregnant. Allegedly. What you doing stealing alcohol for? I mean, okay. All right, let's continue. Let's get the full story then.
Family joined their attorney, Sean Walton, demanding answers.
There are many questions that are unanswered. They're unanswered partially because we don't know the identity of this officer. We don't know his previous history. We don't know if any other citizens had interactions with this officer that could provide any kind of perspective on how we got here today.
Walton is calling for body camera footage to be released immediately.
It's important to point out the gap in time between Takaya's killing and the release of the body camera footage. That footage can be released whenever they're ready.
And we do have the footage. I'm going to play it here, this video next. We are going to play the footage. And again, we're going to put it in perspective, y'all.
There should be an urgency to releasing that footage, and we don't quite understand the delay.
The family describes Young as the family party girl and a prankster.
She was family-oriented. She was like a fireball.
And they're calling on Blendon Township Police to take swift action and release the video of her death.
But the family is suffering, and they are in pain while that delay is taking place.
And Blendon Township plans to show the family the video on Friday. After that, it'll be available to the public. Reporting live in Blendon Township, Kiana Dicers, 10 TV News.
Kiana, thanks.
We got to go ahead and play what exactly happened here. So here's what we got so far, right? She's 21 years old. She has 2 kids already, and she's got 1 on the way. Shout out to my man Muhammad who's watching. She has 1 on the way. So she's about to have 3 children. She's 21 years old, and she's accused of stealing liquor. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the video. Put it all into perspective here. And then that's when she got shot right there. So she got shot right there after the cop asked her to get out of the car. Now, you've seen how many times they asked her to get out of the car, right? They asked her to get out of the car at least about 4 or 5 times. She never got out of the car. And here's the problem. Here's the issue that we have here. She's in a car. This is considered a deadly weapon, right? So the moment that she puts this car forward, it's now used as a weapon. Now, listen, man, these cops have to come home to their families, all right? And I understand that there's a black narrative out there that, these cops are bad. These cops are mishandling black people, and there are cases of that, all right? This right here is someone not cooperating with the cops, okay? And she unfortunately lost her life because she decided to try to run over a cop. There's a cop on the side of her that tells her, get out of the car. First time he says it nice. He says it again after. He says it again. The cop in front of the car also says, get out of the car. And she goes forward. So now she's going to run over the cop. Anything can happen to this guy. Now he has to make it home to his family as well. And she's putting her family in danger by not cooperating with the cops. All right. Here we go. This is the real issue. We need to when I say we gotta clarify it. All right. Black folks, we need to learn cop interactions. All right. If we learn how to interact with cops, a lot of these things would happen a lot less. We are not making this easy for ourselves with the issues that are already going on. Why is it that we want to give them attitude? Why is it that we don't want to cooperate? Why is it that we don't just make it easy for a cop? Let me tell you something. Let's take it to a traffic stop, right? Because cops deal with something as small as a traffic stop that can be deadly, all the way to responding to crimes and being on crime scenes, to domestic violence cases, to all around the board, right? When you get pulled over by a cop, one of the first things you should do is just roll down all your windows, turn on your dome light, and what I do is I put both my hands out the window. Now, you can put both your hands on the wheel. That's what you should do. By the time you see the lights getting flickered on, by the time you pull over, you can have all your windows down, light on, hands on wheel, right? It's all like a smooth motion. It might take you like 10 seconds. When that cop comes up to your car, he's not going to be so on edge. Now, if you don't have these things done and you're giving him attitude, he's not going to be a jerk to you as well. Now, mind you, they're dealing with all type of things. We need to learn cop interactions in our community. If we learn to do that, these things would happen much less. Because now cops are going to understand, okay, he doesn't have anything to hide, and then their guard can come down. They're coming up to her. She's got her window up. They're telling her to get out of the car. She's not cooperating. And now this cop now has to respond, and he shoots her. He kills her and her unborn child. This is very sad. But the lesson that I take from this is not police brutality. And it doesn't have national news if you look at it. A lot of people aren't talking about this. And you know why they're not talking about this? It's not election season. I can guarantee that if this was election season, this particular issue would have been heightened. And I tell you who would have probably heightened this issue. It would have been the Democratic side that would have used this and then caused a lot of uproar in the black community to get emotional. But it's not election season right now, right? You just got the Republicans running, doing their little debates, but then it's not an issue. It hasn't even made big news. No one's talking about it. Where's Black Lives Matter? Oh yeah, where are all these people? Because it's not important to them. Let's play the rest of this because it does. They play a little bit more of the situation. All right, this is a sad thing.
Kaya's family is heartbroken. What I can say is that the video did nothing but confirm their fears that Takaya was murdered unjustifiably. Takaya and her young daughter were murdered unjustifiably.
The car. Out of the car.
Listen, they said that there's cameras of her stealing, right? So if it's just a shoplifting call, right? So this could have gotten handled in a much easier way, right? She probably would have got arrested. She probably would have went to jail, whatever, and then she would have been able to live another day. She did not cooperate with them whatsoever. Do I think this is unjust? I mean, I would have not have liked to see her die, but at the same time, I would have rather have seen her cooperate. Get out of the car, let them see the liquor that's in the car or whatever was stolen. Okay, take it back. Okay, you can deal with it. Slap on the wrist, to go through the court system. It may not be a big deal. But instead, she didn't want to cooperate. I mean, what is the cop supposed to do? What are you going to do if you getting run over by a car? If you getting ran over by a car? You just go sit there if you have to?
Said your stole stuff, do not leave. Get out of the car.
There you go.
Then get out.
There we go.
Then get out. Get out of the car.
All right. He's already asked her a couple times to get out of the car. Now he hits the window, right? He hits the window. A little aggressive.
Sensational.
I don't know, but had you gotten out of the car or cooperated with him, he wouldn't have to go this aggressive. And you're in a car.
We found a witness who was in the store at the same time as Takaya, who saw her put down bottles as she went out the store, and she never.
Wait. Go back. What?
As she went out the store.
No, go back.
We found a witness who was in the store at the same time as Takaya, who saw her put down bottles as she went out the store. And
all right, so let's put the story in perspective again. So it definitely has to do with bottles of liquor. She definitely grabbed some bottles of liquor. They said that one witness said that they witnessed her put it down. All of them? Did she witness her put all of the bottles down? See, there's questions here. Was it liquor? Did she buy them? Did she ever go to the register? Put them down? Did she ever go to the register? If she never went to the register and they accused her of shoplifting and she's not cooperating with the cops, what else are they supposed to do? They're going to assume probably that you do have that in your car.
And she never committed any theft.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Stop the car. Stop.
At that point, she was already expired at that point. And then they're trying to get her out of the car now. So at that point, she was already expired. They were trying to get her out of the car. Man, we gotta learn. We gotta learn to do better in the black community.
So many businesses using Snapchat.
We have to. We gotta learn to do copper interaction. I'm telling y'all, when a cop approaches you on foot, you know, if they're asking for something, just cooperate. Don't give them attitude. Don't try to force. Don't try to give them any kind of like resistance or all of that, because it only makes the situation worse. When you get pulled over by your cop, roll all your windows down, turn your dome light on, and put your hands on the wheel. All right. With that, you know, I can pretty much assure you that cop's going to be a little bit more at ease and probably may give you a little bit more leeway compared to you having tinted windows. He's already pulling you over for whatever it may be, and then now you're giving him more reason to ask you questions. We have to do better. If we don't want these things to happen to our children, we have to teach them cop interaction. And you know who teaches them? You know who teaches them? I'll tell you who teaches them, right? I gotta get my role ready, all right? Who teaches these children these things as far as dealing with the police? The parents. The parents are the ones that are responsible for teaching your child these things at home. You teach your child these things at home. They're not going to teach this in school, right? I think the only thing we learned from police was dare. You teach your child these things at home. You teach them how they should talk to a cop, what things that they should do when a cop approaches them, so that they don't have to be a statistic. You tell them about the issues that the cop, police brutality. Yes, you tell them the real deal. You tell them that this is a problem, but you also tell them the solution. And you tell them when a cop approaches you, you need to do this, okay? Do not, cuss at them. Do not try to run from them. You want to cooperate. If he's asking you for your name, yes, you don't have to legally give him your name. But if you're not doing anything wrong, then tell him your name. Tell him this, tell him that. If you want to be difficult and you want to make things like this, where, possibly could end up in a casualty, then you give the cop a hard time. These cops have so much to deal with in a week span, a month span. They're going through all type of things, right? All cops ain't bad. Right. And to be honest with you, the cop interactions that I've had, they have not all been bad. I've actually had one cop that saved me from a DUI. How about I tell you that? And that cop, she was white. Now, she happened to know of me, possibly, from mutual friends, but because it was someone's mom. But at the end of the day, you know, I was respectful. I wasn't being rude. Had I been rude that day to her, then maybe I probably would have gotten that DUI and then a bunch of other charges. So again, you have to teach your children at home how to deal with these situations. A lot of things have to be dealt with at home. A lot of things need to be taught at home when it comes to children. But when it comes to, you know, the black family, because again, I don't think you can save the black people. We're just too big of a group. It's a family by family basis. Teach your children at home on how to deal with police so that this doesn't happen to them, right? So that they don't end up like the other statistics, okay? Not saying it doesn't happen. Not saying it will never happen. But what I'm saying is there's a less likely chance if you teach your children cop interactions, okay? How you should talk to them, what you should do with them. If you're in a car, what things you should do to alleviate all that, all right? So that's that story. I think the next thing we're going to do is let's talk about Maui. Let's get into Maui real quick. So we'll get rid of this one and Maui we're going to bring up. Now, this is real estate related, right? So now I get to kind of pivot the show a little bit, talk a little bit about real estate, throw a little bit of, what do they call, a little bit of medicine in the candy, right? But this is still another unfortunate incident of Maui. A lot of us have heard about the wildfires that have happened in Maui. But is there an opportunity for real estate out there? So let's listen to what a resident has said in Maui about what is going on there. And I guess there's some real estate investors that are out there and they are not happy about it. So let's take a look at it.
Right now, we just need the prayers and, you know, we need the money to rebuild our town. This is going to be a long road ahead of us. And we're just trying to fundraise and make sure that the displaced families can go back home one day. There's a lot of real estate speculation happening right now that is really frustrating. And I just want to remind all you real estate investors around the world, like, Lahaina is not for sale. Please don't reach out to these families and take advantage of them during the most devastating time of our lives.
You know, we just heard from our reporter and from a couple of women who say that they were upset about what tourists were doing. Now you're telling me that there are real estate investors reaching out to people about their property. What's going on exactly?
Yes, homeowners have been reached out by investors and realtors offering to buy their land. And this is disgusting. And we just want to make sure that people around the world understand our situation and know that Lahaina is not for sale. It is important that the multi-generational families that come from Lahaina get to continue to live in our hometown.
All right. So you guys ready for my take on this? Y'all ready for this? Real estate investors make money in these particular times. All right. Speaking as a real estate investor and also as an agent, the problem is not the problem is there are families that will never be able to recover from this. So when I buy houses from people, right? I buy houses distressed. Okay. So that means I'm doing a lot of calling to people. I'm sending out mail and I'm always looking for a distressed situation. And the reason why, because I can offer solutions to that particular person or that particular seller and buy the house. Yes, I'm probably going to buy it pennies on the dollar. But usually these houses are in very, very bad shape, right? You know, they're beat down, whatever. So as an investor, we always have to look for opportunity. There are families in Maui that will never be able to recover. They may need some type of money to restart, relocate, or whatever, right? So the situation isn't going to always fit every single person, right? And when I speak to people on the phone, I speak to sellers that are like her, where they're like, hey, I own my own home. I don't need to sell it. But it's not going to be for her. So investors are reaching out to these, these residents of Maui, and they're asking them if they probably want to, I don't know, sell their home, sell their land or something like that. And some of them are going to have to. And this is the sad reality of the situation. there are going to be people that are going to have to sell their houses or sell their land in Maui. There's people that are probably going to end up losing not only their houses, but they're probably just not going to be able to afford it. They're never going to be able to live that life that they had before prior to the wildfire. So now you have people, they're waiting for government assistance, which I think right now they're getting $700 a month from the government. And I think Oprah and The Rock, I just made a live stream on them on Sunday, a couple days ago, about them giving out $1,200 to them. So they possibly might be making $1,900 a month, but I don't think that's every single family. But I do know a lot of these families are going to get $700 a month. That's not enough for a family with 2 and 3 kids if they're married and all that type of stuff. So now they may be forced to find another avenue to be able to sell their home, and maybe an investor comes and gives them some good money for their land. But maybe investors do need to go to Maui to be able to redevelop these opportunities, because it is a tourist area. It's a tourist attraction. They need to bring these places back up. And I get it, man. Like no one wants to listen to a realtor call them and say, do you want to sell your house during this time, right? I buy houses again from all situations, from people that are in probate, people that are in pre-foreclosure, whether their house has just been vacant for years. I buy houses in all type of situations. So I've heard a lot. And I'm always only looking for the person who needs my help. And that's the same thing for the investors that are reaching out to the people in Maui. They're reaching out to everyone probably, but they're going to find people that need their help. And maybe, she's not one of them that needs the help, and that's okay. But there's going to be someone that does. And is Maui for sale? And the answer is yes. Maui is for sale. Maui is for sale. Unfortunately, I think what you're going to probably, and this is my opinion, this is just a hot take. I could be totally wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong, okay? I say this all the time. I'm okay with being wrong as long as I find the answer and move in the right direction. But what I think is going to happen, I think there's going to be a lot more investors that buy over there in Maui. They're going to turn them into vacation homes and vacation spots. And they're going to be the people that help in rebuilding Maui. That's what I believe is going to end up happening. And they'll probably get incentivized by the government to help invest in Maui. And it's probably not going to be a lot of people from Maui owning homes, because you're going to probably have big companies over there, like how you have over right now, where you got companies like hedge funds buying over here. They're probably going to buy over there. But I believe that the government will incentivize investors to go over there. So let's listen to the rest of it.
Let me ask you about Hawaii officials and the government. I know that the alarm system failed. They didn't go off. The text message system failed because cell service was bad. Are you hopeful that they will intervene? And
there's people out there that are calling this a conspiracy. Just like everything else, they're saying, those things didn't go off. They wanted this to happen. And I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a nice person in me that's like, I don't think that's what happened. Maybe they weren't ready for a disaster like this, and just like in Houston, like if it gets to a certain, temperature, they can't even operate at all. But maybe they just weren't ready for this. I don't know.
And protect Lahaina as a place for locals and tourists, but a place for locals instead of real estate investors looking to rebuild it differently than what it was.
But what's wrong if a real estate investor wants to rebuild that? I get it. It's probably not going to be traditional. It's probably not going to have the same history. But unfortunately, a lot of it is gone. So, they could still, what can end up happening is they can rebuild it. The government can put in some type of stipulations like they do with historic homes, where they have to be built a certain way with certain materials, and it has to be approved through the city, through the code enforcement department. So they can still try to keep the history, but you want to get that money in there, and you want to get those things built up so that people can start coming back to Maui. You know, I don't know. That's just my take on it. Let's finish it.
Yes. We need to work as a community to ensure that we have a seat at the table on how our town is rebuilt and what that looks like. And it's important that we make sure that the cultural history of Lahaina, the integrity of Lahaina is protected, especially for Native Hawaiian families from Lahaina. We as a Native Hawaiian community.
I do agree with her right there. What? Like, you still do want to keep the history of Maui. I agree. Like I said, I think there's a way you can do it. But I think other people are going to have to be a part of this rebuild. I don't think they can do this on their own like they were able to do before. And I don't even think the insurance, like, I don't know how that works and how much they're going to pay out and if that's enough to even do anything for them. That's another question I got to research.
We've already been displaced so much. You know, the cost of living in Hawaii is so high. Your median house goes for $1 million. So, you know, already dealing with that and having.
Oh, what? You hear that? The median house
goes for $1 million. So Hawaii is so high. Your median house goes for $1 million.
Whoa. So, wow. That's some expensive real estate. So, as an investor, right, I got to put on my investor hat. I'm just thinking as an investor. I'm not saying that this is, you know, not a disaster. I'm just walk with me here, right? What I'm saying is if houses were about $1 million plus in Maui, if they can come in as an investor and get the house for $700,000, $600,000, $300,000, right? Because it's just the land now. If they can come in and buy it and just get the land, you bulldoze it all and you rebuild it almost the same. There's probably going to be a lot of equity in there. Houses are $1 million plus in Maui. That is expensive. That is so expensive. Wow. So, you know, as an investor, if I know a house is worth $1 million and it's, you know, no longer habitable, right? Then I'm going to take that house. And if I can buy that house and you tell me the land is $500,000 and I can buy it for $500,000 and I have a partner with me or a group with me, and then we rebuild this and we maybe make vacation homes, maybe we make commercial areas, maybe we bring, you know, restaurants back or something like that, and I can triple my money. Man, there's a lot. And plus, you probably can rezone a lot of this stuff that's in Maui, right? Because the land it's only going to be land.
So, you know, already dealing with that and having an affordable housing crisis, and now this just really scares me and concerns me that there'll be more Native Hawaiian displacement happening on among our community.
She's probably right. She's probably right. There's probably going to be a lot more people that are going to come to Maui, live on Maui. Let's just say, like, what if it's not $1 million anymore, right? Like, to rebuild it and all that stuff. And what if it's not $1 million anymore? Worth, like, selling it, you know? Or what if they start turning them into, like, just vacation spots, you know, where you have to come in and rent it, you know? And then Maui becomes a big tourist spot, but their ownership probably goes much lower, right? And again, these are all speculations of what I'm saying, right? I'm just bringing y'all into my head so that y'all can kind of understand what I'm saying. But yeah, Maui is for sale. Maui is for sale, and I'm speaking as an investor. It is, and there's going to be people that are going to have to sell their houses anyway, and probably a big majority of them. A lot of them are probably going to have to find a way to live. I mean, I don't know. Some of them might have to leave. See, things like this have happened even in the Black community where, like, this happened in Detroit. My dad was telling me about it. There's a place up north called, is it Black Rock? I think they used to call it. Gosh, I forgot the name of what it was called. It was a lot of celebrities had places. It was in Michigan. It was up north. And what ended up happening was they had places there. And then I think the Housing Act of 1968 passed or something where they could own property anywhere. And then what ended up happening was, the black people that own houses there just kind of like left, right? But I mean, even something like, the Tulsa real estate massacre, right? When that got all burnt up, then it got all burnt up. That was black owned. That was Black Wall Street. And then what ended up happening was then new business came in, new people start owning it, and it became new faces. Because then, Tulsa was for sale at that time. But unfortunately, Maui is for sale too as well.
It's so hard. Can I ask you how your cousin is doing, how Dustin is doing?
He's okay. We're just
the island, if it isn't able to rebuild in a similar way. I know you can't rebuild all that history, but I do believe in the island. I do believe in the people. You guys are strong and you're unique. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Please keep the prayers and donations coming our way. Aloha.
Yeah, man. And I hope things do get back. I really do. That's really sad. I mean, people died. Families got splitting up. But when I seen this clip, I seen it a couple weeks ago, and I did make a video on it, but I decided to go live stream on it. But yeah, unfortunately, what's going to happen, I think, is just, people are going to start buying up Maui for cheaper. They're going to find ways to buy it for cheap, and there's going to be a lot of people that are forced to sell, and you're going to have a very few actual natives of Lahaina, I think that's how you say it, that are going to actually be homeowners that are actually going to still be there. All right. So that's that. Let's get off that, and let's get to this one topic, man, because I think it hits home. Let me go to. We're going to get that one up out of the way. Cool. And then let's talk about rings, man. Let's talk about these wedding rings. Let's see, where is it at? How much should a man spend on a wedding ring? I seen a little piece of this, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to save it for the live stream because I want to really, break it down in live. So let me turn this back. I can actually go full screen. All right. And let's play it.
How much should a man spend on a wedding ring?
Oh, I think a lot. She deserves it. Over 10 grand. I mean,
wow. Whoa. We already starting off on the wrong foot. Oh, we starting off on the wrong foot. I gotta get rid of that. 10 grand? Are you high? Are you out of your mind, lady? All right, my bad. Let's keep going.
I mean, yeah, I think it should be a decent amount of a 1 year salary, I believe, is the
1 year salary.
Like a 3 carat. Yeah. I mean, you want it to be beautiful, but you also want it to be sentimental, so,
So how much do you want yours to cost?
I don't think it's about cost. I think it's about more so the appearance of it and the sentimental value of it. I don't know.
You think you could tell the difference between a 100,000 diamond and a $1,000 diamond?
Of course, yeah.
By looks?
Honestly, yes. I don't know. I've seen some.
No, you cannot. You cannot, unless you, let me turn this down. Unless you have a diamond tester or you really know what you're doing, you can't really tell the difference between that. Are you kidding me? You can't tell the difference on what's going on. What kind of crazy mess is this?
Crazy fake rings. I don't know. Like that fake diamond? What's that fake diamond?
But you still want yours to be over 10K.
Real, yeah. Of course, mine better be real. You want it to be
10K.
high quality and high value, but because it might wear off over time. I don't know.
Oh, these women are silly. Okay. I know y'all probably gonna be mad. Y'all probably gonna be mad because y'all like, why did you pick that video? 10 grand. So 10 grand for a ring. I guess let's start there, right? So $10,000 for a ring. So she says it should be $10,000 or his 1 year salary, which we already know 1 year salary is absolutely crazy. There's some type of what am I talking about? There's some type of rule that women have created that you got to spend like 3 times his salary or something on the ring, or 3 months of his salary, something like that, 3 months or 6 months of his salary, to buy a ring. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all are absolutely delusional. Y'all are absolutely delusional. A man does not have to spend anything on that ring. If you believe that a man should be out there spending $5 and $10 and $20,000 on your ring, you're crazy. And herein lies the issue with our society today. Because here you are, men. Oh, like I told y'all, I call things straight down the middle, right? I'm not pro man, I'm not pro woman. I'm just going to call it straight down the middle. Giving her, let's just say a $15,000, $20,000 ring already when y'all get married. I don't care how long y'all been together, but y'all starting y'all marriage off at the same time. And you're going to give her a $20,000 ring when she's going to buy your ring right off of Amazon for a couple $100. Men, do not go out there and buy your woman no 15. No, don't even go 10. Don't buy her a $10,000 ring, $15,000, $20,000 ring, because what is that for? Who is it for? It's just for her to be able to show to her other friends that, ooh, look what I got. I got this ring that I didn't have to spend money on, that my husband went and got for me when we first started getting married. So guess what? When we get our 5-year or 10-year, I hope that he does better, because this ring isn't going to do. You have to be careful with women. Men, you got to be careful with women and the precedents that you set with them. Because when you set that precedence, they get used to it. It's not their fault. It's just in their nature. They're going to get used to it. They may like it. They may complain about it. But then the next time, you have to do more or better or bigger. What? So you got to be careful with just giving them the championship when y'all both first starting. Right. And I get it. Right. We want to make our women feel good and all these things. Do not go out there and spend. You know what? Do I even have a stipulation on it? I don't really even have a stipulation on what you should buy her. I mean, I think that the woman should be happy with the ring at the end of the day, because it's not about the ring. At the end of the day, a man is choosing, right? Choosing
sensational
to marry you. Okay. That is a man's choice to marry. He's marrying you. He's going to buy you a ring on whatever it may cost, and you accept that ring and you wear that ring. And if you don't want to wear it, whatever, but you accept it if you want to be with him. You don't hound him about what your girlfriend has, right? How your girlfriend has a bigger ring, or the other wife has a bigger ring, and he does this and that. You enjoy what it is that your man does for you. And if you don't end up having a ring, what? Oh, because you don't have to get a ring to get married. That is not a qualification for marriage. So if you happen to not get a ring, but y'all get married, y'all sign paperwork, and you are living the marriage life, then guess what you do? You be happy. Don't hound him about why you don't have a ring. Now, eventually you may want one. Okay, if it's been some years, okay, hey, get a ring. All right, man up, go get a ring from somewhere, get a nice one. But just giving her a $10,000, $20,000 ring at the very beginning is absolutely insane to me. What? It's absolutely insane. So you're going to spend that much money on the ring, then you're going to turn around and go spend $30,000, $40,000 on the wedding. And all of these things are temporary. And then y'all going to go start your marriage life in debt and broke. And one of the main reasons why people divorce and have issues is money. But you've spent so much money on her before y'all even started y'all marriage life. So men, stop going out here spending a whole bunch of money on a ring. Okay? It's not necessary. And if she has a problem with it, there's red flag number 99. All right? And women, stop worrying about the ring. Right? Okay, even if you don't like it, understand that this man went out, worked his tail off, probably didn't know what he was doing, but he was trying to make it work for you, and he bought a ring for you. You accept it, you enjoy it, you love it, and you understand that that's a symbol of y'all love and y'all union. 10 grand. And then she says, because she deserves it. She deserves it. Is that always the answer when it comes to women? Yeah, she just deserves it. Like, come on now. Does the man not deserve it either? You know what I'm saying? Let's be fair here. Don't go out here spending crazy amounts of money on no ring. And then again, my parents, they got married. They've been married for, I just found out, 42, 43 years. My mom never had a ring up until like, it was like after 30 something years. Right? I don't know if she lost the one ring, but I don't think she ever had a ring. She used to wear her mom's ring that she got from like high school or something like that. They never had a ring. Now she would mention it like, hey, I would like to have a ring, you know, but she never hounded my dad down like, hey, you need to give me a ring because that's just the way it's supposed to be. She never did that. She never did that. And in today's society, I watch women gloat about the ring that they got or how the ring isn't this big. You know, I'm not indulging in the conversations. You just hear conversations when you're out and about. And you're like, really? You think you deserve all that? Oh, you think you deserve a $25,000 ring. You don't even know what a $25,000 ring looks like. You know what I'm saying? Women act like they out here. They act like they jewelers. Act like they're like, what do you call it? Jacob the jeweler or something. You don't even know about rings. Y'all need to stop it. So, you know, men, stop spending so much money on women, man. Y'all can take y'all time and she can still enjoy you. She'll still love you. But again, be careful of the precedents that you set. All right? Cool. I think that's all of my show. I do have one more thing that I want to show that I thought would be kind of funny. And it's this clip right here, but I'm probably going to have to play it on Safari again. So let me see if I can play it right here. See what we got here. Oh, it ain't gonna play right here? Oh, maybe if I put the H in front of it, right? Ha 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 ha. Let's see.
Rejection, ghosting, maybe he moved on, maybe he picked somebody else. It just didn't work out. He wasn't your type. Start telling yourself he wasn't even your type. What? I only date men that like me. I'm always my type's type. Whatever type of girl you are, whether you're quiet, an introvert, more outspoken, more loud, you're taller, you're shorter, you're curvy, you're slim, whatever it is, you're always some man's type. So we're going where the love is. The moment that man switched up on you and he like, yeah, nah, you know, he not showing love, he not showing interest, he not acting like he into you, he ain't pressing you out, he's not even your type, baby. So while you're thinking about, oh, what did I do? Why not? It couldn't have been me. Why are we not together? Why didn't he pick me? He's not even your type. How to deal with rejection, ghosting, maybe he moved on, maybe he...
Congratulations. You played yourself. This woman is absolutely delusional, bro. Is this how the thinking goes now? Is this how they really think? He's not your type. No. You got rejected. Welcome to the world. So this woman thinks that she only dates men that are her type. And every man that she dates is her type. And any man that rejects her is not her type. This sounds crazy.
Sensational.
This sounds crazy. No, you got rejected. You are not everybody's type. And not every man in the world, even the sexiest man alive, is not everybody's type. What? What kind of delusion is this? See, this, and okay. All right. Full screen. All right, I'll get back to that video in a second. This is the type of delusion that we allow women to go through, and this is why it gets worse and worse and worse and worse, because nobody addresses it. Nobody addresses it, right? It's like the person, like if you ever watched American Idol, you remember you used to see those people go on there that could clearly not sing, but they would get on there and make a complete fool of themselves. And what did they always say? Well, my mom said I could sing, and my dad said I could sing. My family loved me singing. Had they been honest with them from the beginning, they wouldn't have got on national TV and made an entire buffoonery of themselves. So let me relate this to this video. If we were to be honest with the women and tell her, listen, you're not going to be everybody's type. You're not going to be perfect. That is going to be fine, right? If he rejects you, that's called real rejection. That is honest. That's a real thing. You don't say, oh, he's just not my type, and I just go to the next guy. No, we be honest with her and say, no, you've been horrible. You're not a great person. You're very selfish, right? You're rude, X, Y, and Z. Tell these girls the real thing. But instead, we allow them to look like this. And we allow them to say things like this that just say, don't worry, girl. Just keep going to everybody that wants to love you. Because if he rejects you, he ain't nothing. No, you should probably take something from that rejection, because guys got to take it all the time. What? We get rejected all the time. What? We get rejected all the time, B. Let's play this video one more time, right, for the people in the back so they can actually see the context of what she's saying.
He picked somebody else. It just didn't work out. He wasn't your type. Start telling yourself he wasn't even your type. I only date men that like me. I'm always my type's type. Whatever type of girl you are, whether you're quiet, an introvert, more outspoken, more loud, you're taller, you're shorter, you're curvy, you're slim, whatever it is, you're always some man's type. So we're going where the love is. The moment that man switched up on you and he like, yeah, nah, he not showing love, he not showing interest, he not acting like he into you, he ain't pressing you out, he's not even your type, baby. So while you're thinking about, oh, what did I do? Why not? It couldn't have been me. Why are we not together? Why didn't he pick me? He's not even your type.
Delusional. And this is what y'all got to deal with. I don't got to deal with this. I'm married. I'm married. I've been married for quite some time. I've been with my baby for a long time. I don't got to deal with this. I'm so glad I don't. I don't know if it's because I got married that I feel like it's gotten worse for just in general when it comes to just the society part of it, when it comes to men and women. But, the men have seemed a lot softer. They don't really seem like they want to take care of the business as much. Then you got women who are just on a whole nother level of ratchet, delusional. They think they deserve everything. Like the entitlement is an all-time high. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've gotten married now. Maybe it's because I got a whole different view of things now that I don't have to be out there. But, and then they don't want to work. Then they want to be independent bad bees all the time. They say, oh, I'm a bad bitch. I'm independent. Oh, I don't need a man. I'm like, really? And this is what we've come to. Right? I'll get back to this screen so y'all can see what we're talking about. I don't know, man. I think we need to be honest, though. I mean, I think some of these women need to learn how to be a wife, right? I just had a conversation with somebody. Really it was through a post, and I thought it would be a good conversation for another day. He said that men are calling themselves the prize, and he believes that is the issue with men. And so, me, man, I like to be objective. So I threw it in there. I was like, I think men are the prize. And I kind of threw all my points in there, right? A couple points just to kind of stir some things up. Because I seen a whole comment list, and we're wrapping the show up right now. But a whole list of women like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. And they were all championing that. And then it was my one comment like, no, I think men are the prize because we provide. We go do this. We do things that we don't want to do for our family. We try to retire our wives. We try to do X, Y, and Z. We're willing to put everything on the line to make things work. And then, women were just like, oh, going against me. It's not that I hate women, not at all. But I'm like, not. And this is where I want to get to. He said that, he was like, well, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? So he went straight to the Bible. And I quoted something from the Bible. But I thought there was something very, very important in what was said here. A man who finds a wife, not a woman. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing, not just a woman, right? So we had a good, healthy debate. There was no issues there. But I think that that's what's missing from the context is that finding a wife is an absolute amazing thing, but not every woman is a wife. What? Oh yeah, I should probably write that topic down. Not every woman is a wife, and not every woman wants to be a wife, right? There's something called wifey material that I definitely believe, just like there's something husband material, right? And a lot of these women today's day and age are nowhere near wifey material. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Right? They, if you say the word submissive, and I purposely do this, and I tell this to my wife and my brother. I said, if you ever want to stir up a room full of women in today's day and age, say the word submissive and definitely say the word obey. And they will go absolutely crazy. Because that's part of being a wife. Is being submissive. You know what I'm saying? Obeying your husband. Obeying your husband doesn't mean you're a dog and you're a puppy, right? And a woman is also a helpmeet to her husband, which means that she is also there to help him. And a husband is to do what? He can also listen to his wife to make him a better man, a better provider, and things like that. A woman doesn't just get dragged along like a leash. But I think some women have this like extreme mindset to where when you say submissive, they go to, oh, I'm not weak. I'm not going to be a slave. What? Submissive could just be, hey, we, this month we're not going to be going out as much. We don't want to, overspend. I'm trying to save up for this house. Boom. And then you can obey that by saying, okay, I understand that. What else can we do? And you can help him get there or just rearrange to a different way of doing things. But I'm so glad I'm not out here in this world no more, man, because these women are nuts. Oh man. So yeah, don't go out here spending too much money on a ring, and just because you get denied, woman, it's because there's a problem with you. Okay, it's not a problem with all men, right? Because all of a sudden they deny you, and you want to say, "Oh, he just wasn't my type." So I'm just gonna go to the next one that just encourages my behavior, and the one that encourages my behavior all the way. That's going to be my type. No, you need to change your behavior because you're probably not very productive. You're probably not a great person, and you need to change up what you do. All right. Well, that is all of my show. That's all of my show. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the outro.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care?
I'm still getting used to it.
Audio Jungle.
That, my friends, is the end of the live stream. This was Bricks and Houses, and yeah, man. My last, I'm gonna end this off with a last bit of encouragement, right? To all my people out there that are, I don't know, trying to make it, right? Doing your best to try to make ends meet. I encourage you to just continue to look at your future and see how long you can continue to do the thing that you're doing. If you don't think it's very sustainable, find a way to pivot today. Work on ways on pivoting today. Don't wait until later, because later can be a disaster. So if you're out there grinding, you're out there hustling right now, find out why you're hustling the way you're hustling. Find a way to pivot. If that's a area you want to continue to go in, find out how you're going to become better. Also, for my married people, I encourage you, if you have not already, or if you have already, and even people that are boyfriend and girlfriend, but I encourage this for my married people, sit down with your wife and tell her your vision, right? Like sit her down at a dinner and tell her, babe, I just want you to, I love for you to contribute to the conversation. I just thought this was very, very important for me. Wanted to lay this on my heart. I just want you to listen to what I got to say. It's a vision of where I want us to go, right? So that you can know that every day that you are out there working, if she has a job, what we're working towards, right? So, and I want you to be able to ask me all the questions you want to ask me regarding my vision and my journey, because I want you to be one of the main reasons that we become successful. So I encourage you, marriage people or in a relationship, to share with her your vision. Because I think a lot of times, I think one of the main issues in a relationship is this. A man will continue to live in his purpose. He'll continue to keep working. And sometimes a woman doesn't understand why it is that she's working her job and having to take care of the kids and why she's having to do these other duties. But if she then sits down and understands that she's a part of this, that she's not just a helper or a slave, that she's a very big part of where you're going, I think it will help your relationship in ways that makes her not feel as a lesser party. All right? Cool. That's all I got to say about that, man. That's all I got to say about that. So I'm going to end this day. All right? So at the end of the day, this is chess, not checkers. And I'm going to see y'all at work.